Hey, welcome back to Deskera Monday Matters, the weekly webinar. And we have got a few exciting stuff here to show you today. Let's have a look at what we have in store for you. So what we have for you today is custom view in CRM Contact. So you can create and maintain your own views using custom fields. Then we will show you how to sync contacts from Microsoft in real time. We also have added CRM deal forms. So now you can create the forms and have the data go directly to CRM under the deals and sales pipeline. Then we will show you addition of filtration in deal. So filters and search in deal in the grid view and the card view. We'll show you invoice label changes. So if you are running a business which doesn't use products or quantity, but instead you want to change those labels to what you want, then now you can do that. Custom fields for expense, deposits, for credit note and debit note. We have custom fields addition in all of these. And we will take our first look at Australia payroll before we jump on to the demo for Deskera Books, Deskera CRM, and Deskera People. So that's what we have in store for you. And over to the voice, David, to commence with the first demonstration, which is custom view in CRM contacts.
Can you give me a few seconds? I'm looking up that custom fields. Sorry about that.
All right, then. So while David is getting the video up and running, let me talk a little bit about the invoice label changes, because that is something that was requested a lot by the community as well. And now you have the option to change the labels on the invoice screen. So when you're creating an invoice, then you can change all the labels there. And those labels then go over and they also show up in the designer as well. So you don't have to change it in multiple places. But you also have the flexibility of changing the labels on the designer alone. And I mean, if you prefer to do that, then you can always change that. So you can have a default set, but you can theoretically create any set of labels in the invoice designer screen. And in addition to that, because I mean, if you're running a service business or if you're in consultation, then show hide of PPS and warehouse features that you don't really want to use are the ones that you can actually hide quite easily now. And we will see how to do that as we proceed in the demo today. So David has sorted out the technical difficulties that he was encountering. So back to David. And David, let's start.
All right, sorry about that. So now you can see there's something called columns inside your contact screen. Inside here, you can see the different checkboxes, such as name, people, phone, deals open, owner, visibility, and labels. And you can just unclick them. Once you do, you'll see they've been removed from this screen. So now you see name, visibility, labels. I can go back and I can select which ones I want. I can go move it up. I can move stuff up, like owner, deals open, labels. I can move that up and I can save it. And you can see it rearranges the screen as well. So I can change the screen to exactly how I want to see it. I can also go and move up visibility, move up owner, move up labels, and then disable phone, disable name, and save. And you can see it's changed to the way I want to see it. So I think that's pretty darn cool inside here. And I can also restore default. So if I want to go back to the way it looked, I click restore default, and it goes back to the way it looks there. And that's a quick look at how do you change the, what's it called, columns in contacts, the way it looks.
Awesome. So let's go to the next item, which is sync contacts from Microsoft in real time. So earlier, if you remember, we had added the functionality to add your Microsoft account to Deskera CRM. And what that would do would be a one-time import of your contacts, but now you can have real-time syncing. So as and when new contacts get added to your Microsoft database, they will be synced over. And we can configure rules also to define which contacts to sync and which not to sync. So David will show us how to do that. Over to you, David.
Excellent. So inside here, I can see the name, the phone, the open deals, owners, and visibilities. and I can click on settings. I can go to integration settings, and now I can connect to 365 by clicking, and you can see it's connected to Office 365 here. Now, if I go back to contacts, I can then go click sync contacts. I can do define filter, so I can say, is it filter by create date, upload date, company name, avoid only sync contacts that have email addresses added, replace any contact with Microsoft Connect values, or keep the original values. So I can filter out what I want. I can decide if it only has emails, I should keep it or bring it in. And of course, whether any updates in Microsoft 365 should be updated. So inside here, we go to Deskera. Sorry about that. Office 365 people, and then I can save it. And you can see here, after refreshing, that the new contact has been added. And you can see that little icon showing that it came from Microsoft Office 365. So I can see all the information here. Next, if I go to people, I can change, like, for example, the phone number. Instead of 8, I'll change it to 9, and I'll save this. Then after that, I can go to Deskera Sales, and I can refresh it. And now you can see that it's now changed the phone number. Now it's 79 instead of 78. And if I go back to sync, you can see define filters, and that inside here that you have the ability to filter based upon these different types of rules. And that's a quick look at syncing Microsoft Office 365 people to Deskera.
Awesome. So let's move to the next item, which is adding deal forms in CRM. So earlier we had the option to add forms, and the data would go and sit in the contacts module. Now we have the option to send the data to the deals module as well. And what that will do is that if you want to have a form on your site, and then when people submit the details, then now you have the option to send it either to contacts or to deals. So over to David to show us how to do it.
Excellent. So inside here, we can click on marketing. We can click on forms. And inside here now, you can see we have deals. So I have all these forms I've already created. I can add a form. And you can see here contacts, and I have deals here. So I can now select deals, click next, and then I can drag and drop the information. Like, do I want email address inside here, add any custom fields, add phone number, put in the deal value, for example, maybe move contact name up if I want to. And I'm able to go and click on this, and I can also mark it as mandatory, or I can make it as non-mandatory, and I can also delete it. I can add a form name like deals. Oh, actually, that's the search filter. Deals here. And then I can go and click next. Then I can display a thank you message or redirect to another page. I can send a submission email notification to somebody. So for example, like David, assign owner, I can assign the sub owner, choose the pipeline, is it default or one of your custom created ones, pipeline stage, which one should it start at, and assign visibility and closing date, and then I can publish it. After publishing it, I can take this code and copy it and embed it inside a web page. But just to show you, I'm just going to view form from the copy link. So I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to view the form. And inside here, you can see the deal name. So, biggest deal ever. Put in the phone number, email address, contact name, John Williams or John Thomas. And then I can submit it, for example. After that, I can go and look at my deals. And I can see the biggest deal ever has been created in the system. So that's a quick look at forms.
All right, awesome. Thanks, David. And let us now take a look at the next item, which is deal filters. So it's a quick fix that now you can quickly filter out your deals based on any parameters, including custom fields as well. So over to David to show that to you.
Okay, so inside here, we have the filters button inside the deals. I can click on this. And you can see we can filter by contacts, owner, sub-owner, visibility, deal value, status, pipeline stages, next activity date, expected closing date, and deal age. And I can also add custom field filters here by clicking on this and then selecting the field and the value. And that's a quick look at filters.
Thanks, David. And the next item that we have is invoice label changes and the ability to show or hide PPS and warehouse features. If you are not using these features, then you can hide them. And if by mistake you end up hiding them, then you can also, of course, re-enable them. And David will show us how to do that.
Excellent. So let's go here, and you can click on the cell invoice, for example. I can drill in, and you'll notice a little settings button right next to receipt payment. So you see here product, description, quantity, unit price, discount, amount in USD. And if you click on the settings, this is where I can select. Is it a product, service, item? Do I want to do others? These are edible titles. So if I want to make it service, if I want to make description notes, if I want to make unit measurement hours, if I want to make a price, and I can do other. So other allows me to type in what I want. So that allows you full customization. So if you click on others, you can change it to what you'd like. Then you can save it, and you can see now it's changed. You can see service, notes, hours, price, and offer. All right, so you can see it's all changed. If I click on design, and you go in design, you'll now see that also those labels have been updated. Now you can see service, notes, hours, price, and amount. And if I click on it, I can price and amount. I can see offer here as well as there. After that, I can go out and click create new, a new invoice or a new quote. And inside here, you'll see that the labels stay changed. So you don't have to change it every time. It's a one-time change, and it is done. All right, so after that, let's go to pick, pack, ship. You see the three dots. If I click on that, and I can hide it. So if I click on three dots for warehouse, I can click hide, and it's also hidden. So if I don't do pick, pack, ship, I don't do warehouse. Why should I see it on the screen all the time? I can hide it here. Next thing, go to settings and see the new settings screen. So you can see that it's all now under this screen here. My organization, profile, users, tax, currency. And if I click on modules, this is where I can see visibility and I can show and hide. So if I hide pick, pack, ship, I can unhide it here. If I want to show warehouse again, I can show it here as well. And that's a quick look.
Thank you, David. And we have a question. Any plan to remove the powered by Deskera in the form? Yes, the answer is yes. We just added the web to deal form. So now having added the form option to both contacts and deals, there are a couple of other improvements that you can expect to see here in the future, which would be the ability to design it a little bit to give you more design options within the form. Right now, the design is completely in HTML, but we want to give you a little bit more options to design the form itself as well. And once that is done, then we can work on additional parameters as well, like removing the powered by Deskera, etc. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next item, which is custom fields for expense and deposit. And once we have shown you how to do that in expense and deposit, we'll show you how to debit and as well. So over to you, David.
Sounds good. So inside here, when we create a custom field, we can put in the custom field name, like region. We can put in the maximum length. We can put in any default value. Under availability, now you can see expense and you can see deposit. So you can select those. You can create. Then after that, you can go to accounting. You can click on expense. You can click create, direct expense. Select the contact name. Payment from. For example, cash. Then you can click on more fields. So inside here, you can now see region and you can update accordingly. Like Africa. and then you can go and save it. After that, you can add account, put in the account name, put in the amount, select the three dots, and select the custom fields. So for example, savings account, you can change that amount. So this is your custom fields that you can select. I can put in a memo, and I can save it. After that, I can go back to accounting. I can go to deposits. I can go create direct deposit, select the contact, deposit to, for example, sales tax, and then I can click on more fields. So again, I can see my region here. I can save it, select my accounts, select the account, put in the amount, and save. And that's a quick look at how to add custom fields to expense and deposits.
Right. Let's have a look at how we can do that for credit note and debit note as well.
How did you finish like 7 things in 14 minutes?
I see that Shashank has joined us, and he has got a completely new look today.
Yeah, shaved.
But we can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Hello. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
It's nice. How did you finish like 7 things in 14 minutes?
First we do it, then we do it better, then we do it really fast.
Yeah, I thought I'll just join and chat here. What's going on? Somebody came to the group today and said, yeah, your invoicing takes a lot of time to do. And it's laggy and like, I just saw that. I approved that message that post because I just wanted to make sure if this is a UI problem or, our problem. So, hey, Saurabh, can you share your screen and show that? Is that an issue that entering your invoice and the chat? Sorry, not the chat, the search thing. You want to do it on your desktop?
Yeah, I think David already has it open, so I'll ask David to share it. David, books.
All right. Okay, I'm on the book screen. I'm just clicking sell now.
Yeah. David, did you see that post that somebody posted? Let me see who posted it.
Yeah. I believe it was Obi, right?
Yep. And he's saying there's a usability issue. I logged into the system and I didn't see this issue. So I don't know which feature is this feature?
Invoices, right? Wasn't that what he was referring to?
Yes. So there's no issue in this screen, right?
Not that
You
I
can
see.
look at the search screen as well, the grid view, because when you type, because there are lots of invoices there, so maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe it's okay. So he also mentioned something about memo, right? He said that after typing a few letters. Hi everyone, hope you are having a good time. I am typing and typing and typing and typing. So you can see
So there's no issue on this screen. There's no issue here, right? So what is he referring to? Which screen is he referring to?
Under the Facebook post for Obi.
So the search as you type is used when we are selecting contacts, when we are selecting products, when we are searching for existing invoices. But what he mentioned was that while creating bills or invoices. So in the creation screen, we just did it in front and did not see any lag there.
Is it from the search screen? Yeah. Cameras are us. Austin. Circuits. I'm not sure. I would have to log in with him and see exactly what he's seeing on his screen to be 100% sure. So, for example, bills. Adding a contact. Let me see. Let me just type in the name instead. So Stacy's Gadgets.
Is it the name? Is it the name that's causing the issue? Is it this part of the screen? The name that you typed, is that causing the lag?
I don't see any lag right now. There's a little lag scrolling down, but not like a lot.
Hmm.
You can see hi everyone.
He's referring to, just open up your Facebook. He's referring to every letter that I type is sent back via Ajax, usability search, anything derived. Where is this issue?
Check the Facebook. Take a look. Let's see.
He hasn't specified. He mentioned the product barcodes, so probably
Oh.
product search.
Could be
Is it
product search, or
Chrome?
maybe it's mobile app. Maybe it's related to that.
Is it the app?
I think maybe the mobile app he's referring to, because barcode scanning is on the mobile app. It's not on our system.
We'll have to talk to him and understand. So I think David already is in touch with him. So we'll have to talk to him and understand where exactly, because while he has mentioned that he is facing a problem, it doesn't explain.
No. He's saying it
where
is
exactly.
actually faster for me to open a document on my desktop and copy paste the product barcodes to avoid a system
Right.
what it's doing. What the?
So we don't know exactly. I mean, we'll have to talk to him and understand. But I mean,
I know. We have to talk to him. Yeah, don't go all lawyer on me. I know. I'm just saying, if there's any issue, we should find it before anybody else does, right? Like, what's the harm in testing it out ourselves? There are only 10 people looking at this webinar. Yeah, don't worry. You can be yourself.
well, it is there for eternity. So
It's better to be yourself than, yeah. So we don't have to manage this message.
Okay, I'm just testing it on my phone now, and it seems like it's pretty decent speed, but I have to use the barcode scanner and scan it to a product and check it out. But so far, creating the invoices quite fast. Oh, you mean here, like this? You know, the phone, I'm able to create, but I have to use the scanning methodology to check. But
so our UI is not slow, as in this UI is not slow.
Not on my phone, but I'm using an iPhone. There's, I'd have to also have someone check on Android as well.
Okay, as long as there's no issue on the app side or the website, because he seemed very upset with the search as you type.
Let me see products. Is there something typing in the batch number here that's somewhat slow? Let's see.
By the way, Saurabh, can I please bring your attention to this?
I saw that.
Okay. Yeah, that was a little tricky. Let me see. Well, it seems like it's okay for the barcode as well.
Yeah, I mean, while creating, you wouldn't anyways do any search on it. I believe it might be due to the. I mean, we'll have to. I mean,
yeah, we have to
not
talk
speculate.
To him.
I mean, we can try finding it where it is, but so far we have not. I mean, we tried creating a bill, we tried creating an invoice. It wasn't so slow, but so we'll have to talk to him and understand where exactly he encountered the problem.
Could it be because of something else?
I know some slowness if you have too much cache.
Yeah. Is there some JavaScript leak, or is there any leak that slows his? Maybe he has opened his browser for a long time, and lots of tabs open. Maybe there's some JS leak, some memory leak.
It is unlikely because we have
likely
tests in place, but still.
How can you even say that? This is, if he's using Chrome, it's very likely to have a leak.
It could be because of. I mean, it's unlikely because of the app.
Okay, so
I mean, if Chrome is leaking something, then yeah, there's nothing much that we can do about that. But
in comments, they're saying something. Karthik
is saying, if you mistype your product name and try to correct it, that's when you face a problem. Do it, David. Just run this.
Okay, mistype product name and try to correct it. Okay, Can do, can do.
Hey, Chris, how are you? Wanted to know if branch accounting and cash accounting is. Yes, yes. I thought we had this coming up this week, but it's probably going to be in the next few weeks. We have this service accounting, I think. Is there an update on service accounting today, Saurabh?
Cash accounting. Cash accounting. Yes, we.
Yeah, it's there.
Huh?
It's invoice label fields, right? Never mind. We'll bring it up. David, do this first and mistype and then change the. Change word by word. Change letter by letter.
Maybe. So maybe here I do this.
It's probably this interface. It's probably this interface. This
I
is
don't
the lag.
see.
Something wrong in this interface.
I don't see any lagging.
And he might be searching with barcodes, not by the name, because he mentioned barcodes there.
So if I mistype it, it just deletes it. So you can see if I type in cameras wrongly, it automatically disappears and I just can type in again. And then it'll pop up. So if I go here and I want to change this, I can type in nice camera. I can delete this again and type in iPhone, but there's no iPhone, so it disappears. And I can just type in phone. So I'm not experiencing any slowness from what I see.
There's some memory leak and it's probably open for a while. And he has been using it for a while. So this can only be replicated if you keep it open for an hour and then see how this responds.
Yeah, you can see anytime I mistype anything, it immediately clears the screen. And then I can just type in it again. Yeah, so it could be.
I think what we could try doing later on is have like maybe thousands of products and then leave it open for some time.
That could be.
I mean, I remember we have tested it with 1,000, 1,500 products, and the search was pretty fast. But yeah,
everything was perfect.
leave it
Everything was
on for
perfect. There was nothing wrong. I agree, but let's try to replicate.
Yeah, we obviously will try to replicate. And I mean, I think talking to him is the fastest way to get there. But
even if one guy is posting it, that's a very high probability that other people are facing it as well.
Yes.
You don't have to get all defensive, man. Come on. It's okay. We'll only improve the product, right? Who cares?
Absolutely.
Zero's looking at this feed. Who cares? I mean, they're going to be laughing at us and saying, we have solved this problem. And that's about it, right? Okay. Back to... so Chris Wolf has a question on branch accounting. I don't know if branch accounting is in progress.
So branch accounting is basically using the custom fields to get your P&L and balance sheet, etc., sliced by branch. Chris, you can correct me if I'm wrong there. But if that is what you're referring to, then yes. I mean, we already have custom fields, but we are extending that to all the transactions, which is what we showed also, that we are adding it to expense and deposits and credit note and debit note. And we will be able to splice the reports, all the financial reports using custom fields. So then you can get branch-wise P&L and balance sheet and so on.
Okay. You know how you have to look at the camera, but you can't because you have to look at the monitor. So when you start looking at somewhere else, it looks like you're avoiding the question. I need to look at the camera. I'll just get my iPad so I can look at the. I have a teleprompter, but I can't play this stream on the teleprompter. So yes, branch accounting. Yes. What about cash accounting?
Cash accounting we should have in a couple of weeks' time.
Okay, couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Is Ashutosh on the webinar or not?
No, he's not.
before end of Jan, we'll probably have it before end of Jan. So next 2 weeks. Okay. Okay. They're going to hold you to it. By the way, when you have 12 people watching the stream, it's basically, you're doing it for yourself. So enjoy while you're doing it. You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself. That's perfectly all right. But realize that and enjoy while you're doing it. Looking forward to splice P&L and balance sheet report by branch projects. Okay, we'll have that soon. I think we'll have an update on report builder as well. So once that is ready to release for everyone. Going back to the presentation, David, go back to where we were.
So we were on number 7.
Which is
Custom fields available in credit note and debit note now.
Yep.
what do custom fields for credit note and debit note do? Oh,
So, yeah, I mean, if you want to tag the transaction against a particular branch or a project or any other parameter, then
this is what he's talking about. So
yeah,
all
exactly.
custom fields across all the documents. That is when
Yes.
you'll get to your branch accounting will, right?
Correct.
Okay. So David, yeah, go ahead with. So what's the holdup adding custom fields in everything else?
Now I think we have it pretty much everywhere. So we have it in all the buy documents, sell documents. We have it in credit note and debit note now, in expense and deposit, and in journal entry. So pretty much everywhere. it is
Stock
there.
transfer, I guess, would be the only thing, right? Stock transfer, stock
Stock transfer and stock adjustment, we will have to add that. But after we do that, and then again, that's a specific use case.
Because your balance sheet, your inventory levels, if you want to slice and dice by that, by different type of products, buy and sell for different types of products.
Yeah, that we already, I mean, that will already happen if you add it to the product. And I mean, we already have custom fields in products and contacts. We have it in all the transactions now. Now the report will need to handle that case and splice the data using that particular parameter.
Not like when can we use the report builder finally?
So first up would be that we provide it in the existing reports, because you get all your P&L, balance sheet, etc. in the system. So first we will provide it there, and then we will provide it in the report builder.
When? End of Jan?
Let us first get it in the system first.
Oh, okay.
That is available for testing tomorrow, actually. So I'm gonna go through and test it out.
Which one is
And
available? What is available?
The
Testing?
custom field splicing in the reports, that's going to be available tomorrow in testing. So I'll be testing it out first.
In the report builder or in the regular reports?
In the regular reports.
Okay. So carry on with the boring part, which is demo. How do I put the demo up? Yeah. Yeah, we go ahead.
Excellent. So this is where you can put in your custom fields for credit note and debit note. So we're going to put in the field name, credit note, debit note tag. We're going to make it mandatory for some reason. We're going to put in the maximum length, and we're going to put in the default value. Forum dash credit note, debit note. Next, you can see here we have debit note and credit note, so you can select those, and then you can create. Then after that, we can go to accounting. We can click on debit note. We can go and click create debit note. And inside here, we can select the contact. For example, John. Click on more fields, and you can see the credit note, debit note tag, and I can update that. We can see also another field that's been created there, DN region. So IND has been added. We can add an account. And for example, we can do cash. And then you can put in the amount. And then you can click on the 3 dots, and you can click on custom fields here as well. So I can see my accounting tag. So for example, JOGN-DN. Yep, and again, you can see the more fields here for the custom fields, and then you can save it. Next, let's go to accounting, and let's go to the credit notes. Inside here, we can create credit notes. I can add the contact. Again, I guess John. I can click more fields. I can update the information in here, such as SG for CN region. I can add account information. And I'm assuming we'd want a drop-down field for these custom fields here in order to slice and dice your P&L and balance sheet reports. And we can click on the three dots here and add in the custom fields and then put some information here as well. And then you can save it. And then you can save again. And that's how you can do debit notes and credit notes. Have custom fields, how you use credit notes and debit notes with custom fields. Or create them anyways. Create debit notes, credit notes with custom fields.
Yep.
We can do a show of hands in chat. How many people like this? Like literally, who saw this? And I can guarantee you there won't be a single show of hands. We have 13 people watching.
How very sad.
That's the whole point. You have to make it interesting. I don't think Monday Matters should be about showing demos repeatedly. We can show demo once in a while or once in a couple of weeks, but it has to be. So for the first thing is that you should enjoy doing it, and we should enjoy doing it and looking at it and being a part of it. And it's more like a conversation which people can join, and they can decide to join or they can't. They don't if they don't want to. But more like we should be enjoying doing it. So if we just do a very scripted, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we'll probably have the same amount of people feedback without any conversation. So we need more conversation. And conversation has to be very bottom-up, natural. See, literally nobody...
I think some people actually came back to me saying that if we had it at a different time, then that might be helpful because 8 p.m. for Singapore is probably...
But remember, we have been doing this for a while. When we did it in our first few sessions, there were a lot more people joining. But irrespective, I'm not commenting on the fact that there are few people joining. That's okay. I'm just saying you should enjoy doing it. You and I should enjoy doing it. We should make it fun. Yeah. Who cares? Forget about the whole regular demo. We can do a regular demo whenever. See, Prashant Majbar is saying he's enjoying. Prashant Majbar, did you find that bug?
He's pinging me on the side actually.
Tell me some interesting story this week, David. Was there any customer support story this week? An interesting story.
Interesting story.
Yeah. So here's my experience. People who come on Facebook and get very aggressive about support, they're the first time users of any software. Said like they've not used software generally, and this is the first time they're using it. So that's a good thing. They've chosen Deskera. But you can tell that they've never used any other software because typically support for any software. Like we are using this software StreamYard, and we had some issues, and I sent a note to them a few weeks ago asking for some support, and nobody got back. So support is pretty precious on the web. Like, the expected support times are days, not hours and minutes. So
one thing I find, I was just thinking, one thing I find though is that a lot of times in the chat it goes back and forth, and I find that if I just go to and ask them to join a Zoom meeting, we can actually go in and resolve it quite fast, or at least I can see what they're facing quite easily, and that helps a lot. And for example, what was one case? Let's see. Well, a person was trying to figure out, how to upload a certain product, and we're going back and forth on why he cannot upload his contacts or upload his products correctly. And then we go on the screen and do the Zoom meeting, and then he checks out. I show him where the audit log is, and he can look at where the import log is. He can go look at the import log. I can look at the fields in his Excel sheet, and then I can help direct him on what needs to be changed, and then he can upload it quite easily. So I find that's quite helpful. And of course, when I interact with them, it tends to be more of a conversation. So it's a lot easier, where I find the chat can be sometimes impersonal in that aspect.
Yeah, unless you have a question that can be solved in like literally one step, chat will never help. Actually, chat makes it worse because you, as a customer, you think that you're getting some help or some support, but there's nothing that the other person can do because they have no context and they can't see your screen and they can't see your issues. And Saurabh, why do you turn your camera off every once in a while? It's turned off.
It's a single camera.
It's the layout guy.
It's a single camera for the two. Single input.
Oh.
So
Why are you not using 80 mini?
Yeah, switching using ATM Mini now. So if I switch, it changes to this. And again, I switch.
You can turn both. You can put both streams.
They are both in, but output, I think it gives only one.
No, it
If I
gives
do
both.
if I do picture in picture,
No change.
then it comes out like this. I don't know. It's
Maybe we should just show everybody your complex setup. So
Yeah, I was looking at.
maybe you can just move the camera around and show your complex setup that you are using right now to.
We should do that.
But you need to. Oh wait, you need to switch the stream to that camera first. You're showing me
yeah.
right now. So
so. Yeah, this is the.
Ah.
So both
So this
the
this,
videos
is
are
ATM Mini. This works. This works with both streams. You don't have to switch the streams. This works with both streams. That's the
I
whole
mean,
point.
Yeah, so when I do this, it turns to Saurabh. If I do this, it turns to this camera. Both, I don't know.
Press both. Press both. Both pressed.
No, it's just
Never mind.
one.
Yeah, there's only one stream coming out. That's why. Okay, never mind.
Try this. This is a microphone, sorry. Yeah.
Obi Brown has sent a Loom video file on Care. Saurabh, you look at Care and see if there's a video from him.
yeah, looking at it.
Just switch on the lights.
Discussion on general specifics. Did you see the?
Oh, okay. He's. I see what he's trying to do. He's doing it in a stock adjustment app.
Okay.
On the
Because
phone?
the video that he has shared is the stock adjustment app video.
Can you share the video here?
Yeah, let me do that.
Unless it has some specific data.
Yeah, I
don't
don't
do
want to share it because it would have his data there. So
Don't do that. Don't do that.
yeah,
But it's a stock adjustment app on the web, or is it on the phone?
on the web. So
Do you want me to try doing stock adjustment?
Yeah, go to David. Go to stock adjustment.
Okay. His products are batch managed, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he. When I last talked to him, we had a Zoom call and talked about his batch management, and so if I remember correctly, so stock adjustment. Okay. So maybe he's having returns as well. So we'll select the date, today's date, warehouse. But batch management does not have is it stock in or stock out?
this is just stock adjustment, and he's trying to select the product and then the details of the product there. So
Yeah, but is he selecting the date and all that, or?
yeah, he has selected. So he has selected a product, and then he's selecting the quantity and then other details.
Okay.
Yeah, this looks like it's not very responsive, right, David?
Yeah, let me see if I type it in. I don't know. What do you think? It seems somewhat responsive.
Try doing a few.
Okay.
One use case that he's saying is if there are, the example that he has given is where there is a hash. So there is product hyphen something and then product hyphen something else.
Oh, okay.
So maybe in those, in those cases, it is not working out well. So we can probably create a product like product hyphen one, product hyphen two, product hyphen three.
Okay, let me just go
Test
to
that
my books and create some products. That's a nice name for a hyphen product.
T-shirt, large T-shirt,
Oh yeah,
Small
t-shirt's a good
t-shirt.
one.
medium. So
Okay, let's go here. Let's
Medium
go.
t-shirt, medium t-shirt. No, large t-shirt. Sorry, not XL.
probably small right now. So I don't know.
D-SHRT XL. All right, save. Let's add a new product here.
See, worst case, we should have a better import here. If you can't enter data, just import it.
Yeah, import. I mean, you can import all this data.
Quickly.
In stock adjustment?
Not in stock adjustment. Not in stock adjustment. Adding products.
Yes. Okay, I've included 3: extra large, large, and medium. All right, let me go to stock adjustment and create a stock adjustment now. Let's see. Let's select the date. They have no stock, so I'm going to do a stock in. That's interesting.
Good.
I think you have to refresh.
Oh no, the
because
date didn't select. That's what happens. You got to select a date or the product won't show up. But even then,
Now good.
No, just refresh because it
Yeah.
might have fetched the data as well.
correct. Let me refresh it. Okay, it's refreshed. Create new. Select the date. Today's date. Select the warehouse. I'm going to do Houston. Type. Stock in. Reason. Stock take. There we go. Two.
Looks okay. No.
So far, yeah, but
We need keyboard navigation, man. Seriously.
on web, that is
One suggestion: when we click on red labeled items without stock in product logo, it acts as a filter as well. Yeah, that's a good idea actually. Majwar, Prashant Majwar, are you listening? Are you there on the stream? Show some activity if you know crash the system or something. Reboot the server.
I'm not sure. I'm able to create not so quite quickly on the stock adjustment.
Oh yeah. Oh, so that's not fast enough. This one? Is it fast enough?
I think fast enough. Let me do a stock out now with the same t-shirts. I just did a stock in. Now let me try a stock out. But also we have to try to see with batches as well.
Majwar, this is in React, right? This app is in React, right?
You can see it looks pretty class.
one thing that he tried was that he started searching for a product and then he changed the warehouse.
Oh, okay. Let me change.
Then he tried to search for the product again.
Why are we making? Why is it in Angular, man? Angular is like a punishment. I'm saying that because I tried installing Angular one day and I couldn't install it. That's it. And I've given up on Angular from that day onwards. I've been a huge proponent of React from that day because I could install React in 30 seconds, 30 minutes, and I couldn't install Angular. And I didn't have a Mac back then, right? So I was using Windows. And Sachin got excited and said, we'll learn a course on Scrimba for React.
Actually, that's something wrong.
What is?
Okay, you see that I did the stock in from the Houston warehouse, right? And I type in t-shirt and I see 2 quantity here, right? Available. Now if I go to Austin, I type in t-shirt, click on it, it says 2 available quantity. There is no quantity in there. Because I did a stock in from Houston. I didn't do a stock in from Austin. So the quantity in Austin should be 0.
So that is another thing, but did we? I mean, is it slow? That's what we're trying
We
to
found another bug.
do.
Instead of finding the UI bug, we found a regular bug. Majwar, Prashant, Majwar, please test it out and post a video on Facebook tomorrow, if you can, please.
It might be a feature that Hi, it is possible. So
You can see I'm having the available quantity is only 2, but I've done t-shirt, medium twice for 2 quantity as well. And t-shirt. Speed-wise, it's good. I'm just,
Hey, first of all, David, you have a very small setup. You're selling like 2 t-shirts anyway. Why are you using a system for that?
Oh yes, we're just starting out. We're going to get more shirts later on.
we'll grow with the system.
Exactly.
Okay, so what we will do is, Majwar, just test it out and post a video on Facebook tomorrow so that everybody can see it. But I think there are some issues that we need to address, but not the UI speed issue. So I didn't see a speed issue, but maybe there are other issues that we need to address.
Yeah, I think some of the other things that he mentioned in a separate notification was that so we have batch numbers. We have added batch numbers recently. I think a couple of weeks ago is when we added batch number and serial number functionality on production. And then now if you take batch number to its logical conclusion, then you have to have batch number support for multiple warehouses. Batch number support should be there in stock adjustment, stock transfer, etc. But these are all features that we will have to add. It is not something like that you add everything in one go. And some of his feedback is on that front as well. So just want to add to that see, when we add something, then it is not going to happen all at once because you add it in increments. So you first add the functionality, and that functionality is working with a simple direct setup. You can use direct fulfillment for batch and serial numbers right now. It will have more inventory functions available to it, but we have to do it in batches first to speak of. It doesn't go all together at once.
Also for what's it called, fulfillment and receiving the goods, to have warehouse there for batches as well.
Yeah.
Oh, he also mentioned that he's from Australia, so he mentioned that these webinars are too late for him to attend in that case. So he mentioned like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. our time he would be more, since he's in Australia, be more likely to attend at that time than now.
What time should we do it then? Early in the day?
Early in the day,
I think
for
4
Australia.
p.m. might be a good time. It is a good time for Singapore. It is a good time for India. It is a good time for Australia.
Because Australia's what, 2.5 hours ahead of us?
Yeah. 2 p.m. Yeah, somewhere between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. Because that's a good time for all 3 geographies. Entire Southeast Asia, India, and Australia can be covered. So somewhere around that time.
Because that's what he mentioned to me. I told him we have webinars at 8 p.m. and 12 a.m. Singapore time. He says that's just too late for him.
Yeah, 8 p.m. would be what, 10 p.m.
30 or
10:30 roundabout in Australia. So
when I mentioned 2 or 3, he said that time he would be more likely to join.
Yeah, the ideal time for webinars is like 11 a.m. before lunch. That's what research has come up with on the internet, research on the internet. So 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Australia time would be 8.
So just to clarify, when you say research, you mean you typed in Google and
three keywords, you type best time webinar, first result, that's your research. This is it. 3 clicks, three keywords, and you're done. That's basically research these days. And if you have to ask, yes, I do believe in vaccines.
okay. So
how is the vaccine situation anyway? I don't know. Let's not go there.
US, terrible.
Is it?
Oh, from what I'm reading and what I'm hearing, they're doing the first vaccine, but they don't have enough vaccines in the US to do the second vaccine.
Oh,
so, and you need both vaccines to be, immune to the virus or having 90% immunity. So at the time when I was reading it, it didn't look like it was going very well, at least in the US.
That's not good.
But hopefully it'll get better.
So we're going to change the time, 8 p.m.?
We can try it one time and see how the reaction is, if it's any better.
Yeah, I mean, A/B testing. So we'll do it at 2 p.m. and we'll do it at 8 p.m. both in the same day.
Again, Monday matters twice.
Yeah. Or we can do it on Tuesday. I mean, we can do Monday 8 p.m. and then we can do Tuesday 2 p.m. or whatever. I mean, let's just play around with the timings and see. That might help.
Okay.
Okay. So back to David. What do you want to show next? That literally nobody will see, but we will show anyway.
Something Australian people should be excited about. Australian payroll.
They're fast asleep. It's like midnight in Australia, right?
Exactly. I'm hoping they're going to watch it tomorrow over the recording when they get up.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. If they have to watch the recording, we might as well cut this out and push it as a separate segment, a small video, which somebody has to do it. So, we shouldn't post the whole webinar for them to see and figure out where the demo is. They should, we should just cut it out and post
It's
it.
there. It's already on Facebook, actually. We have the video on Facebook.
Yeah, but maybe also good to add to the YouTube channel as well. So
Yeah,
that way when they're looking for it, they can see it.
It's basically impossible to find videos on Facebook. It's impossible to search on Facebook. It's impossible to track content if you have a lot of content being pushed. So it's better if you put it on YouTube and then push a link on Facebook. We should not post Loom and just direct videos to Facebook, because there's no point. You can't find. I can't find. I have to if I have to show Report Builder or some new feature to somebody, I can't find those videos. So it's better to post them on YouTube and then have those videos linked on Facebook. With that being said, David, carry on.
All right. So now we're in Australia Payroll. You can see the dashboard. You can see the upcoming payroll. You can see the important dates. And now you can click on settings. Let's go to company settings. So inside here, I can see the information such as the company name, address. I can select different types, the Australian business number. And I can see down here and save it. After that, I can go to pay schedules. I can go in here and I can see my monthly pay schedule. I can go to employees and go to the employee list. I can see Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. Excellent. Now let's edit Luke Skywalker. And inside here, I can see the information such as his email address, phone number, designation, date of joining, his address. I can go to components. You can see any components here. He has an allowance of 1,200 Australian dollars. How nice for Luke. Next, let's go to tax details. And here you can see the tax file number, FIN exceptions. You can see what type of employee, full-time employment, and residency information. And then you can save it. After that, we can click on components. We can see the different components, allowance, and commuter expense. We can always edit that. And inside here, we can see the information here. Set up to all users, which is good because that means Han Solo also gets it. After that, we can go do the pay run. Yes, let's do the pay run. All right, so let's go click process payroll. So inside here, you can see Han Solo and Luke Skywalker. You can see additional earnings, deductions here for payee. You can see the employer contributions here as well. And then you can click next. And then you can see the information here. Make sure everything looks correct. Process payroll. Make sure everything is correct. Click yes. And then you can click view summary. And then you can see the summary amount. And you can see everything looks correct or not here as well. And that's a quick look at Australia Payroll.
All right. Thanks, David. So just to add on, we will be adding STP capability to the system, but for STP to be built in natively, we have to get approval, etc., from the Australian government. So we have to file an application with the Australian government body, and there is a process there which we cannot shorten, even if we want to. So while that process takes place, we are partnering with some service providers in Australia who can enable you to get the report from the system and then transfer the data using their backbone, and they are STP compliant already. So initially that is what we would have, and then later on, once we have the full STP registration completed with the Austrian as well. Is it stuck? Not, but
Okay, what happened? Saurav's stream is frozen. Saurav, are you there? Australia payroll पे अटक गया. Okay. While we wait for Saurabh to join, I think his stream has gone offline. And it's probably because Somesh is trying 20 things with his equipment, which has probably crashed. So it's just me and you. What do we talk about? Yeah, it's very hard to talk about something if you don't have somebody to talk to. Feels very. Saurabh, use your phone to come here. Come on, at least use your phone. Okay. You have literally nothing to talk about. There's some activity from Deskera office. Nothing. I'll spend some time on this screen. I can spend some time on this screen. I can't demo it because I don't have the control, but I'll spend some time on this. So one of the things that we are doing is to change these labels. You see the labels here: dashboard, sell, buy, products. We'll probably change these labels, and we have Saurabh live. Saurabh, what happened?
Yeah, so I don't know, maybe the StreamYard guys heard your complaint and they decided, you know what, we're not going to allow them to show it anymore. So David was like, we should be nice to support. I am currently logged in with my mobile.
What happened to your computer? Is it
The
a stream?
computer and everything it all seems to be fine. I don't know. Somesh is trying to troubleshoot. There's no problem on my computer or David's.
Is it a StreamYard problem or our problem? Like our stuff?
Seems like StreamYard because I am still logged into StreamYard and I could see that you were speaking stuff and
Never mind.
so could
We
David.
have Chris Wolves, who's giving me enough, at least give me two topics to talk to. Automation progress and BPM. Good, two topics to talk about. So automation progress is that we're closer to a release. We're planning to do a release this week, like a production release. We've tested it out, and you can start doing automations on CRM. Having said that, we will still go a little slow on automation because we have to fix a lot of other things or get other things in place before we have a full-fledged automation for books. So that's still going to take time, but it's probably going to happen towards the mid of next month or end of next month. But yeah, automation is we're working on automation, so that we're fully progressing automation. David, your screen can be seen. You're on Deskera Care. What happened? And can we start the demo or wherever you were? I was talking about this screen here. So we are changing the basically making it easier for you to add or remove the options that you see on the left hand side. So you see these options: dashboard, sell, buy, product, contact, pick, pack, ship. Some of this is like just too much for small business. So we'll give you options to remove them and then add them. So I think we're working on that. Do we have that in this week's release, Saurabh? And like, can you stop walking and you just sit somewhere? It's
No,
not.
I was coming back to see if I can connect with my PC or not.
You just sit and put the mobile down.
With my PC or okay, too many systems.
Let me take note. Okay. So are we able to demo it or are we not able to demo?
No, it's not on the production system right now, but we showed the video of how to do it. Once it is live, which should be this week, then we will be able to show it in the production environment as well.
Okay.
What we have live is reset account. So reset account actually is important because what happens is when you're setting up your accounting company for the first time, you may make mistakes in the way that you might, you may set the wrong book beginning date, you may set the wrong currency or whatever. Things can go wrong, right? And earlier, the only way was to write to support, but now we have a reset account function. So with reset account, what it will do is it will bring your Deskera system to day 0.
Oh, so, when is that coming? Oh, when is that coming? That finally we got there. When is that coming?
It's live. It's live.
Finally, that thing is live.
Yeah, reset account is live. So you can reset your Deskera to day 0. And this would still maintain and keep your subscription
our
details.
App guys to resell their accounts finally. So finally the reset account is live.
Yeah, reset account. So this will set the company please note, anybody who's watching, that it is going to set the entire company back to 0, which includes all your systems, which is books, CRM, people, etc. Everything will go back to day 0.
Can we have reset only for certain things like reset books or reset?
Yeah, it will come in batches again. So first reset company, then we'll have to do it separately for other applications. But reset for other applications may be a bit trickier because of the integration that we have in between. So that needs to be handled first before we can do individual application resets.
Okay, got it. But that's a very good feature. So that's a true thumbs up, because I thought it's not going to come soon. But good, reset company is there. So now my AppSumo users can resell the accounts.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
So
I'm just going to call Somesh and check if everything else is okay or not. So just go ahead and do that. I'm going to remove.
yeah, okay. So David, you start with the. I can see your screen, so you can go ahead. I'll talk about it. So let's go and take a look at books, and we'll go to sell. So this is an experiment. I used to watch this show, Whose Line Is It Anyway? And there was one act there wherein you would tie your hands behind your back, and then somebody else will put your hands from in between, from behind you, and then they will try to operate stuff. This is kind of like that, where David is operating the screen. I am on my mobile, and I'm going to talk about the system. So some laughs will be had, I guess. But anyways, let's start. So yeah, we are on sale, and you have got quotes and invoices. Let's create one invoice, and also while creating an invoice this time, we'll change the labels. Change label is not there, but we can change the labels while designing. So we'll show you how to design it and change the labels there. Okay. So yeah, let's do a multi-currency here as well. So
Saurabh, you don't have to walk. You can sit. You don't have to walk. I don't know why you're walking.
no, because I am not able to log into StreamYard anymore now, so I have to view the screen of what's going on otherwise.
Okay.
So yeah, okay. So yeah, we can change the exchange rates here, and once we are done, we can save this. You can also set recurring options here. So you can, if you are doing subscriptions, then recurring invoices will help you to achieve that. And there are multiple options here. You can do set recurring for your own custom period. You can set it for weekly or monthly or on a specific time period. So it's in your control.
You're never in control. That's the truth.
Yeah. And you can also send the payment link. If you have connected your Stripe account, then you can send the payment link as well. So your customers will receive the invoice along with the payment link, and they can click on it, and the money will come into your bank, as well as it will create or record an automatic payment in the system. So you don't have to manually knock off invoices later on. Right. Now we save it. And let's see how we can design that also. And in design, we'll try to change the labels and show you how it works. Oh, looks like we are back on.
All right, so I can take over. Everyone can hear me and see me? Excellent. So we're now in the design screen. So, you can add in your company logo. You can choose a file. You can hide your company name, or you can change it right here. I can hide the company address so the customer cannot find me later on to try to kill me. I can do the billing address, hide in the bill to and the ship to. I can click on here. Now you can see all these wonderful columns. So if I want to edit the products, I can just say name, description. You can see notes or other. If I click on other, I can type it in. What's it called? If I want to do product code, for example, I don't want to show taxes. I don't want to show discount. I can hide those and I can save it. Well, maybe taxes I need. And I can save it here and you can see name code is updated
Sorry, David,
to
we
how I
can't see.
want it. I can change the currency symbol if I want it to be something
David,
else.
can you hear me? Hello.
I can change it to
David.
something else. Huh?
Wait, your black patch. You need to connect to StreamYard. Your screen.
Just hold on. You
Huh? I have to connect.
share the screen once again.
Sorry. Shoot, got disconnected from both. Okay. Just give me a second. I'm going to go back and
Share your screen.
share my screen. No, I mean, I've been signed out. I have to sign back in. Okay, just give me a second. Where are you? My apologies. I just trying to find the wonderful link. All right, here's the link. Thank goodness. Okay.
Sir, are you in?
Yeah, I am in, but I won't be visible through that cam. So
It is so many
Now I-
guys have a very complicated way of demoing this. Yeah, you should have two camera streams coming to StreamYard. Use StreamYard to manage the streams, not ATM Mini. ATM Mini is an overkill.
So yeah, I mean, David is connecting.
All right, now it should share.
Yeah, he's back in.
All right, so I have to, no one saw anything, I'm assuming. So let me go here and let me go back and go back to design. So inside, oh, wow, okay. So inside here, you can add in the logo. I can put in the information like PTE, LTD. I can click here and change the name. So in earlier, this was called product. I wrote it to name. I can call it whatever I like. Computer type. For example, if I'm only selling computer types, I can add another one. Maybe I want to add here. If I put all my descriptions with serial number or something like that, I can do that. Quantity, hours, other, you know. Let's see. Pieces. So you can see I can update directly on the screen and I can hide what I don't want. So for example, if I don't want to show them the unit amount, I just want to show them the amount, I can save it here and you can see here the information. Now, if I want to go down here and add a description, I can, for example, and you can see I just added it right to the screen. I don't want a signature. I can put in terms and conditions or notes, or I can hide them as well. And I can change also the pattern here as the theme. But the key thing is I can now change this to whatever I'd like, which I think is pretty cool.
And you can also change the language. So
Oh, yes.
from top right hand side.
So let's go to French. You can see. So the information has changed. I can also change it to Spanish. Change it to Indonesian. Change it to Chinese. Change it to Hindi. Does it look correct in Hindi?
Somewhat.
Nah, I don't think.
Yeah,
It's okay? All right. And Portuguese. So these are currently the languages we have.
Yeah, there
For
were
the-
some changes suggested for French by the community, which we had incorporated, and for other languages also. I mean, if you feel that okay, something is completely off, then please feel free to share with us, because I mean, I don't think anybody. I mean, we don't speak French or Spanish, so we rely on Google Translate, and we all know how accurate that can be or how inaccurate that can be from time to time. So if you encounter any obviously wrong translations, please just let us know and we will make the changes. Okay, so yeah, let's move on.
All right. So inside here, I can click the three dots. I can go fulfill. And I can fill with direct, pick, pack, ship, and drop ship. Do you want to do a pick, pack, ship or a drop ship? We always do fulfillment, direct fulfillment on these webinars.
Go ahead. Let's do that.
All right, let's do a drop ship. So you've selected drop ship. This will create a purchase order to fulfill of your order. Do you wish to continue? Yes. So inside here, I can then select who my person I'm buying it from is. So maybe I'm buying it from Stacy's Gadgets, for example. I already have my product. I can change the unit price here. So maybe I want to change it to $510, for example. And I can save it. Now, the key thing here is under the order. You can see here that goods received is here. It's not fulfilled here. When you click on the sell process, because for drop ship, the key thing is that your customer's placing an order with you, and then you're placing an order with the vendor. The vendor sends the goods directly to the customer. You will never receive it in your warehouse. So for that reason, when I click here for Austin Circuits and I click here, fulfillment, you'll see the fulfillment here. That means the customer has received the goods. The vendor sent it, the customer has received it, and you fulfill. After you fulfill, if now I go back to the buy screen, you can now see this has now been received. So it automatically knows it's been received because the customer's been fulfilled. After that, I can get paid. And this is in euro, but if I want to change this to USD, I can. And you'll notice the banks change because of this, because it determines on which bank. And also I have my Visa card and MasterCard. I'm going to go, but this is receiving payment. So I'm going to receive the payment from my bank through a bank transfer. Put in the date I receive it, reference number, next. And here's the conversion rate. So you can update the conversion rate here if you want to, because the bank is going to tell you what the rate's going to be. Click next. I can see the amount here, and I can receive it. Now I can print, and I can close. All right. We also have our products. So inside here, we have our 3 different products. And just to quickly go through, we have our non-tracked, tracked, and bill of materials. Just the highlights for tracked. Inside here, you can enable advanced tracking, batch tracked, and serial number. And of course, for your bill of, oops, okay. Something you never want a surgeon to say, oops. Now you have your bill of materials, and inside here, I can click here, and I can add my components and any additional costs as well. Please take note for bill of materials. Currently, it's not multi-warehouse. So if you're doing assembly of components, they all must be in the warehouse. The components and the items must be in the same warehouse, which logically makes sense, but there are some cases, for example, seedlings. For example, a seedling will grow in one warehouse. It's just seeds and then becomes a seedling. And then after it becomes a seedling, they'll transfer it. So technically the seed is growing by itself. There is actually no assembly of components to make the product itself. In that case, these are rare cases that do happen. But in our system currently, the components have to be in the same warehouse because logically thinking, except for some exceptions, you need all the components there to assemble it, make the product in the first place. So I'm just letting you know that logically it should be there, but there are some exceptions like seeds that grow up out of there and then are transferred to a different warehouse.
Yeah, but in those cases, I mean, is there a need to have multiple warehouses at all? I mean, you can just put everything in one warehouse because you're anyways not really using warehouses, right?
It's more for information on where everything is. So, I mean, for example, this is the seed warehouse where they're growing it. They want to know how many seeds are placed in there. And then when they become saplings, how many saplings are in this warehouse, how many of the saplings then go out or be sold. So that way they can keep track of it. And the seeds are consumed to make the saplings. So it's always reducing the seeds, more saplings, seeds. But again, this is a very unique case that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about more standard cases, where the more standard cases is that you assemble all your products, like manufacturing, for example. And for like example of a computer or chicken soup or anything like that, all the components must be there. Got to have a cook to cook it, and then you can it or make it all from that area. But this is just an example, one of those rare cases. So just for your awareness, if you're trying to create a, bill of materials, and all of a sudden you don't have any stock, it says that you can't assemble any, but you look at your component quantity and there's a large amount. The reason might be it's because it's not in the same warehouse, which logically makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We
Cool.
have our contacts here.
I
So
think
inside here, I can see my different contacts. Yep.
Tell me the demo. Tell me the demo. Thank you so much. Good, nice. Demo's done. Do you want to talk about something else, Saurabh, or maybe we'll reconvene later this week, and we'll probably have a different timing for this demo from the next week or so.
So I think for the for the demo purpose, we can record this and put it out anyways. So that's there. So we can have.
I don't think recording 1 hour of it is useful. So we can cut out parts of it and then put it out. So that's easier for somebody to look at it and not look at the whole. Webinars are supposed to be more interactive, and you solve a problem real time, answer questions real time. If you want to make a library of demos, then it's better if we do it separately, or we cut it out from here and do it as part of that.
Yeah, I think but we should still continue to show all the new features that we are adding. So that is something that you get to see here first.
Yes.
And if there are, that's the time when people see it and they have questions, they can ask about it. So that's a good practice to have, I believe. But we can see how we can make the format even more interactive.
I think it's more important to tell people what features, and when you do a post, it's better to put that in the banner itself, so that people know what features are going to come out. So that if somebody's interested, they can at least click on it and see it. But with that, is there anything else we're going to look at today? I think we're pretty much done with the time.
Yeah, we have covered all the new features.
Good.
Pretty
much done. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll probably join next time. We'll probably do a more. We'll have to change the format, so we'll have to come up with a new format next time. So we'll do it more feature based next time. Okay. So
right.
I'll give it to you. And sorry, you want to say something? Parting words, Saurabh?
No, just. Sure. And thank you everybody for joining. That's all I have to say for now.
Have a great evening. Take care. Rest well.